Jemima practiced her moves for a few hours. Sweat had soaked her shirt. She'd long since taken her pants off, leaving her in a soiled and sagging diaper, giving her a very silly appearance. As she was taking a drink of water from the small pond in the training area, she heard a crash from inside the dojo. Making her way inside, she found Master Nomas laying on the floor, and several Tsu warriors standing around him. Jemima had heard stories about the Tsu. They were much like the Yakuza of Japan, guised as ninjas. They went around the city using their fighting abilities to push businesses into giving them what they desired. "Hey! I think you guys better leave," she yelled at the mob, getting them to turn their attentions to her. "Oh, what a cute little girl," one of the Tsu warriors said, bringing a flashback to Jemima of her fight with the Hellions. "Kill her," the warrior yelled, causing his men to advance. Jemima took a deep breath and charged into battle. She used whirling hands when she got close enough to the henchmen, sending them flying to different areas of the dojo. She watched for a second and smiled when they didn't get up. Her victory was short-lived, however, as she was struck in the back of the head by another Tsu she hadn't seen. "You will pay for your insolence, child," the man said and pulled out his sword. As he charged at her, Jemima encased her feet in stone and lifted a weighty foot up just in time to block the sword coming at her. She then swept his feet out from under him and smashed down on his chest with her stone foot. "Who are you?" the Tsu leader asked her. "You can call me Wonder Wet Lynn, or the girl that's gonna kick your ass," she yelled and ran toward him, her stone feet shaking the foundation of the building with every step. Jemima charged her hands with energy and used Bone Smasher on the remaining Tsu. Connecting with his chest, the warrior went crashing through the wall behind him. Jemima removed the stone from her feet and rushed to Nomas. "Master, are you all right?" she asked and helped the shaken man to his feet. "I'm fine, Wet Lynn, thank you very much for your assistance. Your training is now complete," he said with a smile. Jemima watched as the Tsu warriors got up and took off their masks, revealing themselves to be the students she'd seen when she entered the dojo earlier in the day. After she was congratulated by all of the students, Jemima made her way to the restroom and changed her swollen diaper. She opted not to put her pants back on. She was eager to try out her new techniques on the streets for a bit before heading home. Jemima spent hours on the street that night fighting every piece of scum she could find. Her wrist bracelet beeped incessantly, telling her that she'd moved up another 4 levels in security, bringing her to a 6. Around her 20th mob, she ran into a Tesla Prince Clockwork, a particularly nasty and hard-to-fight enemy. Jemima chided herself for being too overzealous as she ran from the robotic fiend. She could hear the clank of his metal feet on the sidewalk as he gave chase behind her. Jemima looked behind her to see how far back he was, and ran smack into someone that was coming around the corner as she approached it. The 2 females collided and lay on the ground for a second, their heads spinning from the collision. As they rose to their feet, they each saw why the other was running. "Behind you," they both yelled. Jemima used Bone Smasher on the Hellions that were following the other woman, and the green-haired vixen fired a glowing green beam of energy through the chest of the Tesla Prince that pursued Jemima. "Thanks," Jemima said with a warm smile. "No problem, thank you," the green-haired woman said. The 2 women looked each other up and down for a second, taking in one another's appearance. "Out a little late, aren't ya, cutie?" the green-haired woman asked, getting a blush from Jemima. The woman smiled at Jemima. She thought that she was the sweetest thing she'd ever seen. "My name's Hannah, Half-Life Hannah," the woman said, extending a hand. Jemima smiled. "Wonder Wet Lynn," she said with a smile and an extended hand. The 2 shook hands and continued smiling. "You know, I have a sister that's like you," Hannah said with a giggle. Jemima gave her a puzzled look. "What do you mean, like me?" she asked. Hannah shrugged. "Well, an adult baby, of course," she said with a big grin and a laugh.